You're trying to post twice a week like every creator says you should. So you create Monday night after work, edit Tuesday night, create again on Thursday, edit Friday and all day Saturday. By Sunday, you're burned out and you're dreading Monday. 3 months later, you quit because you can't sustain it. You don't need to quit your job to become a creator. You just need a sustainable schedule. I built my content while working full time. First in an agency, then freelancing, then managing client projects. I never had 8 hours a day to work on my first channel. In this video, we're gonna talk about why posting twice a week while working full time will burn you out, the exact monthly creation schedule that's actually sustainable, how to protect your energy and recovery time, and when to quit your job and when not to. Quick thing, if you're exhausted right now and you can't figure out why, take my free 2-minute burnout quiz. It will tell you which type of burnout you're dealing with, so creative burnout, financial stress, the comparison trap, or something else. The link is in the description. Alright, let's talk about building while working full time. When I started YouTube, I was working for an agency in Dubai doing content marketing and video production. I was working 50-hour weeks. I didn't have the luxury of working on my channel 8 hours a day. I had a job, I had bills to pay, but I also didn't want to wait until I could quit my job to start building, because that day might never come. So I built a monthly schedule that would work with my constraints, not against them. So let me show you why posting twice a week while working full time doesn't really work. This is what most advice sounds like. Post twice a week. Be consistent. The algorithm rewards frequency. That's great advice if you're full-time and content creation is your only job. But if you're working 40 to 50 hours a week already, you're exhausted by Friday. Your weekends are for recovery, not for grinding on content. When you try to post twice a week while working full-time, you either burn out in 3 months or you start resenting your channel because it's eating all of your free time. But what actually works? 1 piece of content per week. 4 per month, or even 2 per month, if that's what you're comfortable with. I know that sounds slow, but here's the thing. You have something most full-time creators don't have. Income stability. Your job pays your bills. You're not desperate for your content to work tomorrow. You can build slowly, and slow builds compound. The creators who burn out are the ones trying to match full-time creator output with part-time hours. So don't do that. Pick a frequency you can sustain. 1 per week, 2 per month, whatever you're comfortable with. And commit to that for a year. And this is the timeline reality. It will take longer, and that's okay. You're going to see full-time creators blow up in 6 months. They go from 0 to 100,000 followers while you're still at 500. You're going to compare yourself to them, and you're going to feel behind. But they have 40 hours a week to work on their content. You have maybe 10. They're going to grow faster, that's just math. What they don't have is your income stability. They are desperate for every piece of content to perform because their rent depends on it. You're not. Your bills are covered. You can take the long road. Building a channel while working full time takes 2 to 3 times longer than building full time. And that's not failure, that's reality. If a full-time creator gets to 10,000 subscribers in 1 year, you will get there in 2 to 3 years. But you will get there without burning out, without financial panic, without sacrificing your stability. The viral success creators you see are not your benchmark. They are playing a different game with different resources. Your benchmark is, did I post consistently this month? Am I still enjoying this? Am I building without destroying my life? If yes, you're winning. So plan for a longer time frame than most creators make it look like. Because you're not most creators. You're building sustainably while working full time. And this is the exact schedule I used while working full time. So I'm going to use video as an example because that's what I create. But this works for podcasts, newsletter, whatever your format is. Create once a month. Cover the whole month with 1 session. First Monday of the month, 6 AM to 8 AM, batch creation. I would film 4 videos in this 2-hour block. I covered the full batch filming system in my last video, so I won't repeat all the details here. But the key is, one Monday morning per month, I created everything I need for the next 4 weeks. If you're a podcaster, you would record 4 episodes. If you're a writer, you write 4 newsletter drafts. Whatever your format is, you batch everything in this one session. By 8 AM, I've created 4 pieces of content. I transfer the files and then I would go to work. Week 1, I process content piece 1. So Tuesday, 7 PM to 8 PM, edit or refine. Wednesday, 7 PM to 8 PM, thumbnail, show notes or formatting. Then I publish on Friday. Week 2, the same process but for content piece 2. Week 3, same process, content piece 3. Week 4, again. And that's it. 1 creation day per month, 2 1-hour processing sessions per week, and you've posted 4 times in this month. You're not scrambling every week trying to figure out what to create. You created everything in this one batch. So now you're basically just processing throughout the whole month. And I get that filming Monday morning at 6 AM might sound exhausting. But if you plan your energy right and prepare the night before and get the right sleep schedule, it's not as scary as it sounds. So let's get deeper into this. You need boundary and recovery systems. Protect your sleep and your time off. This is one thing that kills most 9-to-5 creators. They work 40 hours at their job and then they work another 20 hours on their content with no boundaries, no recovery time, no sleep. So 3 months later, they are burned out and they quit. You can't sustain 60-hour weeks. Your body just doesn't work that way. Your brain doesn't work that way. Boundary 1, hard stop at 8 PM. I had a rule, no content work after 8 PM. Didn't matter if I was almost done editing, didn't matter if I wanted to just quickly fix something. 8 PM, I stopped. Because if you don't have hard stop times, content creation will eat your entire evening. You will work until 11 PM. Go to bed late, wake up tired, and your Monday morning creation session will suck because you're exhausted. Pick your hard stop time. Mine was 8 PM. Yours might be 7 or 9 PM. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you stop. Boundary 2, weekends are off. Friday at 8 PM through Sunday night, I didn't touch my content. Like at all. Not just checking analytics. Not just uploading one thing. Not just planning the week. I was off completely. Because your brain needs recovery time. If you work Monday through Friday at your job and then Saturday and Sunday on content, you never really recover, you never rest. You're always working. And eventually you will break. Weekends are for rest, not for catching up, not for grinding. Boundary 3, protect your sleep. This is one most creators ignore, and it's one that actually matters most. When you're working 40 hours at a job and building a channel, you need 7 to 8 hours sleep a night, every night. I would go to bed at 10 PM and I wake up at 6 AM, every day, same schedule. If I stayed up late working on content, I would be exhausted Monday morning. My creation session would be bad. I would mess up more, and I would waste my peak energy window. Sleep isn't optional when you're working full time. It's basically the foundation of everything else. No sleep means no energy. No energy means no creativity. And no creativity means no good content. And then you need the energy matching system. Match task intensity to energy level. A lot of 9-to-5 creators make this mistake. They try to do high energy tasks when their energy is low. They create after work when they are exhausted. They write at 10 PM when their brain is already going to bed. And that's why everything takes longer and feels harder than it should. So match your task intensity to your energy level. High energy tasks, for example, creating and planning. These require creativity, fresh brain, peak energy. These you have to do before work or during your lunch break maybe. Not after work when you are tired and you just want to go to bed. Then you have medium energy tasks. That's editing or refining videos. Cleaning up audio or polishing a newsletter draft doesn't require as much energy. You're just improving what's already there. This can happen after work. Your brain is tired, but you don't need it firing on all cylinders to make improvements. Then you have low energy tasks. Description, scheduling, admin. These are basically mindless. You're just executing, no creativity is required. The key is to stop trying to be creative when your brain doesn't have the energy to be creative. And stop wasting high energy windows on low energy tasks. I made a video about that, so after this video, go over to my channel and watch this one. Another thing I frequently see is that a lot of 9-to-5 creators spend 6 hours perfecting one piece of content. You don't have 6 hours, you have 1. So you need to process differently. So again, for video. Step 1, I cut out mistakes. It's like 15 minutes. I clap when I mess up during filming, so this creates a spike in the waveform. It's easy to find and easy to cut out. Step 2, I added simple B-roll. Takes about 20 minutes. Stock footage, screen recordings, nothing fancy. Step 3, check the pacing. It's about 15 minutes. If it drags, tighten it. If the ending is too long, trim it. Step 4, export and schedule. And then you're done. Total time, approximately an hour. Is it as polished as something that I would spend 6 hours on? No. But it's 80% as good, and 80% that exists is better than 100% that doesn't. But when can you outsource? When your channel is making enough money to cover the cost of editing or production help, not before. A lot of 9-to-5 creators outsource too early to save time. They're paying $100 per video when their channel makes 20 or nothing per month. That's not sustainable. Wait until your channel revenue can cover your costs and then outsource, not before. And one question that probably everyone asks themselves is, when can I quit my job? And the short answer is, when your side income replaces your salary for 6 months straight. A lot of creators quit too early. They hit $1,000 a month and think, I can do this full time. Then the algorithm shifts. The revenue drops and they are scrambling to pay rent. Don't quit until your side income has consistently replaced your salary for 6 months. And not one good month, 6 months straight. 6 months is important because creator revenue fluctuates. One viral video can make you $5,000 and then next month you make $500. You need to prove that you can sustain it before you quit the safety net. Also, having a full-time job while building actually reduces burnout because you're not desperate for every piece of content to perform. You're not panicking when views are down. Your bills are always covered. The financial stability lets you create better content because you're not in survival mode. Your job isn't holding you back. It's protecting you while you're building. And when you should not quit your job, that's easy. When you hate your content. If you're already burned out and resenting your channel, quitting your job will not fix that. It will just give you more time to hate what you're doing. So fix the burnout first. Build a system that makes creation sustainable. Then quit when it's actually working. Don't quit to go all in. Quit when the data shows you're already succeeding. This whole system isn't about working more hours next to your 9-to-5. It's about structuring the hours you have so they don't destroy your life. This monthly schedule fixes your time constraints. But if you're still burning out, it might not just be a scheduling problem. It could be financial stress, creative overwhelm, or boundary issues. I built a free 2-minute quiz that tells you which type of burnout you're dealing with. The link is in the description. And if you want to find your peak energy window, so the time where you really can batch create, the energy tracker and the time audit templates are also linked below. You know now how to structure your month around your full-time job. But life is still going to throw chaos at you. Busy seasons, family stuff, unexpected projects. And if you don't have a system for that, you will stop posting the moments things get complicated. In my next video, we will talk about how you keep creating when life gets busy. We see us there.